Lisa from Life in Layouts, and today I have a process video using the Page Maps 2019, and I'm going to use this double page layout here. I am doing a layout from when we went to Disneyland in California. And so if you follow my channel at all, you know that I am doing in Simple Stories, Say Cheese, I'm doing all of my Disney World photos. And then in the Echo Park, Magical Adventure and Magic and Wonder, which is all the same colors, I am doing our Disneyland photos. So I am going through the paper now, trying to figure out what I want to use. And I recently purchased a sheet of Project Life paper, which is that red striped paper. And it has a lot of small prints on it. And I'm really into that type of background right now and using that as a background. So using that red stripe as the background, and then I pulled out this white shimmery paper to use as the big banner piece across the side or both the sides of the layout. And then I'm going to use this star paper as the banner piece. So I'm just using, there's no measurements on the page maps, so I'm just kind of eyeballing it, seeing what works. So I'm going to put it back. I really like the way that looks, and then try to figure out how much I want to cut off the bottom as well. So while I'm going through all of that, I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about my channel and some of the ideas that I have for my channel. And I would really love for you guys to give me feedback. So comment below in regards to what you want to see. I know that you guys know I'm a double page scrapper, so that is not going to change in any way. But I really wanted to work more on my voiceovers and making those more appealing to my audience. So what I want to know from you guys is, do you enjoy me talking about my process? So right here, I would be talking about the fact that I'm rounding the corners, and then I'm going to line everything up, and I'm going to put the photo down, and I end up gutting the paper because I wanted to save some of it. So do you want that type of talking and voiceover through the videos, or are you wanting more of like what's going on with me in my life? How it relates to these photos. So me talking more about, here's in these particular photos, we went and saw Elsa and Anna, which was, even though we can see them here, the boys are in love with Frozen, and they love the Elsa and Anna songs. And they were all, boy shyish when they went. So do you want more of that type of voiceover when I'm doing the videos? Do you want some of both? Do you want something completely different and you don't like either one of those and you want me to talk about something else completely different? So I'm just trying to get my videos to be more what you guys want to see. I know there are tons and tons of process videos out there, and I appreciate each and every one of you guys for sticking around and watching my process videos, because I know that you have a lot to choose from, and I just want to be able to make your experience with my process videos the most enjoyable that it can be. So feel free to leave me some comments below. Let me know what you like, what you don't like, what you'd like to see more of, what you don't want to see more of. And I will try to get that for you guys. So let's get back to the video. In this video, like I said, we were at Disneyland, and I am following this sketch pretty closely. The big difference is, instead of the two 4x6s on the left hand side, I have a 5x7 photo of all of us together with Elsa and Anna. And then I have the two 3x4 photos on the right, but instead of a smaller photo, I think it ended up being like a 4x4 size photo of Elsa and Anna and the boys. So remember that when you're looking at sketches, I looked at that sketch and I loved the background. I loved the fact that there was that kind of busy pattern in the background, which gave me the idea, that's where I am right now. I want to use busy type patterns, and then having the two center blocks, so that white and the star paper. That's what I really liked about the sketch. And then I was like, my photos kind of go with this, and I can make it work for the photos that I have. So don't be intimidated by what's the photo placement on the sketches. If you like the backgrounds, if you like what you see, then make it work for you. Because of the tint in the tint coloring in the photos, they got really lost on that yellow paper because there's like a yellow tint. These photos were taken inside, and I don't think that the photographer had adjusted their settings correctly, because these are the Disney photo passes or Disney photos shots. So I backed them on the black cardstock to give them a little bit of dimension and separation from that yellow. And I really think that the black made these photos set apart from that yellow background. So just adding all of those down, the black, and then I put up on Fun Foam the 5x7 and also the 4x4, because those are two kind of the focal points of this layout, and the other photos were just them kind of walking up and being cute and shy with Elsa and Anna. So I decided to pull out all of my ephemera pieces and see what I can work on. So my title is going to be You're Never Too Old for a Fairy Tale, which is in that tag up there on the upper right hand side. And then I'm just kind of looking through and finding what I like. So I really liked having a castle. I know it's Cinderella's castle and not Elsa and Anna's castle, but because it's blue, kind of representing ice, I really like the way that looks. So I put that castle kind of down there on that dead space of the layout on the right hand side, or the left hand side of the layout on the right hand side of the photo. And then this little tag here came with a pre-punched border edge, but I didn't like the yellow underneath it. So I just took a little piece of that gold glitter cardstock, which is hard to tell, but that banner strip on the far left is glitter. And I just put it at the bottom there so that it peeks through with that blue glitter. And I really like the way that turned out. So now I'm just adding some other pieces to it. I did cut that frame in half and add it to the left-hand side of the layout next to the photo there, just trying to build up that cluster down there. It kind of expands. It's going to end up expanding from the far left-hand side to the right-hand side of the layout. I found this tag here that says Big Smiles, because that's what these boys were all about. When we were standing outside waiting, we didn't tell them what we were waiting for. And the way that it's set up at Disneyland, it is in a place that they wouldn't know. So there were other things going on in that area. And so we just kind of surprised them with that. So it was a really big smiles that we got from them. With this camera, this is probably one of my favorite things to do, is I put Fun Foam on the back of the camera, but not on the straps, so that when it lays down, it almost looks like the camera is three-dimensional because of the way that I laid the straps down flat and then popped up the camera piece of it. I end up adding this magic piece to the top there, and I always struggle with these film strips, but I love the way that this came out. So what I did was I kind of put it at an angle and I tucked it underneath that blue glitter paper, and it had all of the little tiny pieces in there. So I had to poke all of those out. But now I'm looking for something to cover up that top piece there, since it's kind of sticking out by itself. So I end up putting a black sticker there with the red star, and that just kind of finishes that piece up. And then I added a little banner sticker there that says, "We're such big fans," and a little red heart on the far right-hand side with another black circle with the red star to kind of mimic the star over on the left. And then I had purchased recently these stickers from Project Life, and they haven't made it in my book yet. They were just sitting on my desk, and I looked through them and I was like, oh, I really like the gold accents in this pack here. So there were only 3 of them, and I pulled all 3 of them out. There's a little gold camera. There is a gold geotag, which I'm going to add up there to the top. And then there's one more gold piece. And that is this little black banner here that says "Love This" in gold with a little gold heart. So I thought that those little touches were perfect for this layout. And now I'm just kind of looking through everything else, trying to determine what else I want to add to it. Sometimes when you have so many products, it's hard to figure out what to do and what to use. So I pulled out my Say Cheese embellishment book. And one of the things that I feel like is missing from the Echo Park kit is there's not a lot of just shapes and colors. Like most of the things that are a part of the pack have words written on it. And so when you want to add something extra to it, it just doesn't, I don't know, it just doesn't go with it. So the pieces that I pulled out from the Say Cheese collection were just that. They were just colored shapes. So I pulled out a little red, black, and gold tassels and hung those down to the side, and then some craft colored hearts that were actually punched out of the craft color paper, because that I feel like is a kind of a neutral color with all of these reds and yellows and blues. And then I pull out this stamp that I purchased also from Tuesday Morning, and it actually goes with the Echo Park kit. It actually goes with the Magic and Wonder kit, I think, but none of it ended up working. So I pulled out this other stamp that I have that has become probably one of my favorite stamps. It's from Ellie Studios, and it has these little circles on it. There's a little circle heart and a little circle star, and I tend to use those more than anything else on there. It just gives it a little extra. The first thing that I was going to do, there's also circles that say "Love This," but then I realized that I had another embellishment piece down there with "Love This" on it. So I was like, yeah, I can't use that because I don't want it on there twice. So that's when I pull out the heart and use that to just add a little extra dimension to the layout. So that is it for this layout. Here are my final layout as well as some close-ups and detailed shots. Make sure you guys comment below because I'd really like to hear your thoughts and opinions on what's going on with my channel and how I can make my channel better for you guys, because I really want this channel to succeed. So thanks everyone for watching, and I hope that you have a scrappy day.